We're recording. You're listening to the Tune Up and Jam podcast. Ready? Go.
Welcome again to Tune Up and Jam podcast. This is episode number 5.
Tune Up and Jam.
All right, tune up, turn up, get down and start jamming. Once again, hello and V Gates. It is the Tune Up and Jam podcast. We had to take some time off because we were working too hard, but this is finally, we're back at it. I am Rich. On my left is, once again, Chris.
V Gates to you as well.
V Gates,
Richard.
V Gates, that is German for
Love
how
it.
it's going, yeah. And to my right, as always, the wonderful Francito.
Hello.
We are the Diggum crew. And today we have a new guest. Her name is Rachel. She is a Santa Monica student. She is a singer and songwriter and somebody who I've known for quite a while. How's it going, Rachel?
It's going good. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you.
So I got to say it's good to see you after all this time.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to hearing all of the things that you've grown into. So it's hard to start with you, though, because I already know you. So it's like, I feel like, where do I start with you? So why don't we just go back with what is it that you do? What type of music do you like to play?
I'm a singer-songwriter, so I just sing my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my songs. Basically, my songs are like my diary. So if you get to hear my songs, you get to see the real me. You get to see inside.
Your diary.
Get to know me.
So it's like you're pretty open about it whenever
Yeah.
you sing. That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
I guess you got to be, right? I mean, the audience is going to feel that if it's insincere.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to just put yourself out there.
Yeah, I have a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm not a songwriter either, so yeah, I just write it down on a book.
You could put
I do
yourself
the old
out there
school
with your
diary.
drums.
That's true. You could just the emotions whenever I'm banging away, that must be the ones that are coming out. That's the real me right there.
Rich is apparently very angry.
Yeah, give me a couple of sticks and I'll start beating. Yeah.
It's good therapy, though.
Yeah.
It is very good therapy. It works. They should do that. I should get paid for that.
Yeah.
You know.
Bang
therapy.
drums all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Rachel, how did you get started?
I actually started singing when I was in temple, and I was rehearsing for my bat mitzvah, and then I just started to go up on the stage and just sing songs, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. I kind of want to do this. And I'm not really a person that shares my feelings. When I was smaller, I got bullied a lot, and it was really hard for me to speak out and say, like, this is me, this is what I like, because people were bullying me because I was different. I had ADHD. I was just like the weird kid who wanted to go on the playground and play with the bugs instead of play with like makeup or like go shopping. I'm just like, let's go look at this cool spider on the ground. Let's go find little artifacts inside the ground. So it was pretty cool. And throughout elementary school, it was really hard for me to like share who I am, so share my feelings. And then I started to like keep a diary and write, and then I started to write more and more, and then that diary became like who I am, and I started to be like, okay, I kind of want to do this. So then I started to sing one day, and I'm just like, hey, I really like singing. And I'm like, hey, I actually have a voice, so that's really cool. So I started to sing, and then I started to sing because of this singer-songwriter named Jesse McCartney and his album Right Back in the Water in 2008. So I started to sing because of him. And he sings from the heart. He really sings his feelings. And he talks about who he is and about different perspectives of his life. So that's when I started, why not try that? Why not talk about what your life is about, what you are, and how different perspective changes you and becomes who you are. So I just talk about myself. I share my emotions. I share my feelings. You can, like, if you dig deep, you can understand who I am in my songs. I'm a very emotional person, but I keep it mainly inside. But when I sing, it all comes out. I share who I am. I share how I feel. And I'm very heartfelt. I sing about what I want. I sing about different perspectives of life. I sing about love. I sing about heart the journeys of the heart. I sing about time. I sing about peace. You used to call me like the hippie back in high school, and it's true.
Yeah, if anybody would be the perfect flower child in the 60s, it's Rachel. I can attest to that. And you know what else is interesting that you said that you didn't really sing until later on. You said it was like somewhere around 2008. I remember that moment when you were finally in one of the plays, and
Really?
yeah, and I had known you for a while but never heard you sing before, and all
Right.
of a sudden you were in one of the musicals.
It was either Music Man or I don't remember I being in Oklahoma, but I think Music Man was my first one.
Yeah, and everybody was just kind of like, whoa, this girl sings? You know, it was like one of those
Yeah.
moments, you know? And then after that, it was each year more and more and more, and then you finally picked up even guitar.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I think it's really interesting when you talk about the perspective of when you were younger and feeling bullied and kind of as an outcast in some ways, and how thematic that seems to be in a lot of musicians, especially
Yeah.
songwriters. I think it's not that I'm saying you can't be proficient at an instrument or have perfect tone or something if you've had this perfect, wonderful life. But I really think there's something to struggle
You take those
that-
moments
that can then
and you use
correlate
them.
back to, that expression, and doing that. So all of the kids who feel weird and awkward, or adults,
Yeah, definitely.
there you go.
Yeah, and I was wondering, when I was talking about you with Francis last night when we were planning for the show, and I was mentioning like how you just recently started playing guitar, like you had been singing for a while and then you picked up your guitar
Right.
and started playing it. Do you feel even more like when you came with singing that opened you up, but then did the guitar even like, was it the same kind of thing? Like, oh my gosh, there's even this too. Was it like a more opening wider of that door, or was it just added to it? Or
I was able to express myself more because I do write my own songs. I create my own melodies from just like that. But with a guitar, you can pick up the guitar. Well, with singing, you can sing and you could have your own melodies, but you can actually create it once you have the guitar. You can have the melodies, you could strum, and those chords, like, you can feel those chords inside you and be like, this is how I'm feeling. Like for the major and minor chords, you're like, oh, I'm happy, I'm sad. People will be able to understand, like, it's a different way when you're singing alone, and when you're singing and playing guitar, you can express yourself a lot more, and that's what I was able to do.
do you think you could express yourself solely with the guitar every once in a while? Do you ever have those instrumental songs that would be perfect without lyrics, or are you like, do you need both at this point now?
I think I need both at
Yeah.
this point because that's how I've been able to express myself. It's like the only way to be able to speak up for myself is through words because, like when you're being bullied, you're not able to express yourself. And people are just bystanders that are standing there and they're not able to talk for you. So in songwriting, I'm able to speak up for what I want and how I feel, and I'm able to just put out everything I have emotionally and physically in there and just say what I'm feeling.
Nice. So how long have you been playing the guitar?
From 2012, my sister picked it up when? She picked it up around
Talking to the mic.
Probably
Rachel,
2012.
go ahead, talking to the mic.
around 2012. Yeah, my sister picked it up. And then I was like, hey, this looks fun. I kind of want to start to do it. So I took a couple guitar lessons, and I think it was pretty easy. I picked it up pretty well. But then on my third lesson, my dad's like, oh, let's go to Guitar Center and buy you a guitar. I'm just like, it's only my third lesson, but hey, I guess I learned pretty fast. That's cool. So, and then I picked my guitar, and it's actually a Canadian guitar just like me.
Is it a Seagull?
Yeah, it's Seagull.
Oh, I have a Seagull.
Really?
Yeah, those
They're
are
really good guitars.
Yeah, it's a really nice
I really
guitar.
like it. I'm not sure if they make them anymore.
And when
Really?
Seagull Acoustics,
Yeah.
they're like going extinct.
Yeah.
Sad.
Unfortunately, seagulls, the birds, are not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't. Maybe that's a mean thing to say, but they disgust
Yeah,
me.
that was
That's a
pretty
whole. That's a whole different topic.
Aw. But yeah, like I love this. This is my baby guitar. I actually, when I songwrite, I'm very I take everything, different perspectives, different everything. So one time I had a reptile last year, and I wrote a song about my reptile. I write a song about my guitar, little inanimate objects, and just anything I could speak of.
You know, when you were talking about, I'm glad you're talking about songwriting too, because I wanted to ask you about when you pulled from like when you were bullied as a kid. Do you still use that as material, like those moments? Do they come out in your songs sometimes? Or are you kind of like, that's something that happened,
Like
it's in the past, but now you're rolling forward, moving through the forward in the not going through the rear view mirror, but going through the windshield instead? You know, it kind of. Or do you pull from those moments too and use those as material for songs?
I do. I think as a songwriter, you have to take your past to find out who you truly are. Those experiences, they never really leave you. They're always going to be there. You're always going to feel them inside of you. And I think you should use them to the best of your abilities, and you should share how you feel. You should truly express yourself through your past experiences, because you will grow stronger through every step of the way. They're just little stepping stones.
For sure. I have a question about your songwriting. Did you ever write a song that said something along the lines of, Mr. Kaler, I wish you would be more interesting when you were giving lectures?
No, because I'm very interested. Probably told me to settle down or something. Maybe
Well, that's going to be a hidden track.
She won't admit to that, right? I mean, she's
The
too nice.
B-side.
She's too nice to say that. She'll tell you afterwards that went behind my back. She's too nice to say that right now.
I remember I was sitting in class. It was music class, and he overhears me singing to a couple of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, let's hear the song that you have." And it's about the birds, and it's about the trees, and it's about the ocean, and it's actually the song that I have. And it's about life and peace. And he's like, "Oh, you're a natural born hippie." And I'm like, "I know."
Right?
I was just thinking that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Exactly.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. So, so you do have your guitar with you, and you do have songs that you've written.
I do.
And
Where's he going with this? Where's he going?
It's weird. I have no idea.
What you up to, Kaler?
and so, would you be interested in performing a song
Totally.
for us and for the worldwide listeners that we have?
Of course.
Well, we would love to hear it if we're ready. What do you think, Francis? Can we do this?
No, let's do it.
Chris, should we hear it?
Heck yeah.
All right. So, all right. While you're getting set up over there, why don't you? What's the song that you're gonna?
It's called Winds of Time. And you know, like your struggles, like they become who you are. You use them, and they never really leave you. They're hidden away inside your mind. But this song, it's about winds of time. It's about the different perspectives of life. I wrote this about two of my friends who you know. They were fighting, and I just wanted them to realize, like, it's okay. There's this one little second and moment in time where, like, you guys aren't getting along, but you have to look up the bigger picture. Not just like, oh, you're fighting. You're always going to be fighting. You're always going to be mad. Like, you have to understand that they're good aspects of life. It's not always a bad thing. So you have to look at the picture within the picture. Like, you have to understand that there are good parts and not only bad parts. So
cool.
All right, go ahead and give me strum the guitar for. So whenever you're ready.
okay. So this is called Winds of Time, and hope you enjoy.
Oh, the wind and the willows are so mighty pretty. Sun beats down on people's faces. Oh, such a wonderful world. Ooh, you may laugh and you may cry, but you will never want to say goodbye. 'Cause life's sweet like candy, sun's gay like chocolate. It's our home, so we gotta treat it right. The ocean's calling, the birds are flying. Our journey continues, so we must take flight. Wow. So please spread your wings. Come Come and soar through the clouds with me, and I will make you see everything, and you'll want to believe. Staring at a blank parchment, there's so much to say. All these thoughts fill my mind with hopes and dreams, so I say, please spread your wings. Come and soar through the clouds with me, and I will make you see everything, and you'll want to believe. Everyone should be free to speak their minds. Whoa. We should be able to live on this earth in harmony and be one of a kind. So please spread your wings. Come and soar through the clouds with me, and you might see everything there is to see in this beautiful, wonderful, majestical world. It's so nice to be on this earth, living wild and free. Hold on to the memories. Gather all those memories inside your head and write them down on a piece of paper. They will not stray far away from your heart, 'cause you have today. Hold on to the memories. It's okay, I'll be by your side. I will not let a single second go by. Please spread your wing, come and soar through the clouds with me, and you'll see everything there is to see in this beautiful, wonderful world. Please spread your wings, come and soar through the clouds with me, and I will make you see everything there is to see in this world.
All right, nice job.
Hey, nice.
job.
Very good. Very good. Well, that sounded great.
Thank you.
And what's the name of that song?
Winds of Time. It's
Winds of
actually I changed the names around, but I think that it fits it, and that's actually the song that I added on. The one that you first heard that day. It was like, oh, you sound like a hippie. I'm like,
Really?
no. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. So I was there at the genesis of
Yeah,
this
you were
song.
there.
I
Wait,
was
Wait.
Hey.
Did he affect the lyrics
Yeah.
by that comment?
Is it so happy because of me?
Yes.
Is it so
Yes.
nice? So it sounded like there was like some different, actually like time changes or time signature changes in there and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. It's pretty complex, which kind of was leading me to my next set of kind of questions about you, which is what you're doing now and where you're at now. And so you're at Santa Monica City College?
Yeah, Santa Monica College.
And what are you studying there?
Music. I'm a
Music.
music major.
Well, how about that? Wow. And how are you liking that so far?
It's really nice. All the people are extremely nice, and they're extremely helpful. And I've taken a couple of vocal classes and guitar classes, and they're so good. And everyone's just so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. And but I've recently learned that because I wanted to try to go into music therapy because I love helping people. I love helping people through music, and what better way to express yourself is helping people through music. And so I wanted to try to go into a music therapy program at SMC, but there is no music therapy program at SMC. So I'm just going to try to get my AA degree in music and take a couple classes in psychology and possibly transfer to CSUN maybe, because there is a really good music therapy program there. So I'm going to check that out.
So I'm not very familiar with music therapy as a profession. I mean, I think music is absolutely therapeutic, but what can you tell me? What does that mean, music therapy? Like,
it's like you can express yourself and you could help other people. Like if they have a physical or a mental disorder, you can help them get better with it. Like it's kind of like kinesthetic, like moving, learning. You can help them through music. It's therapy in a way, like how like people use they go in water, they go in swimming pools, and they help. It helps their back and legs. So this helps like people's minds and helps like their physical aspects too.
So in other words, like rather than going to a therapist and just talking it out or something like that, it's kind of like expressing it in a different way.
Yeah, because you know how when you listen to music, you're like, oh, I understand what this person is saying. I can relate to them. So, like, you can relate to the people by helping them through music. You can share your music journey with them, and you could play music and help them through therapy.
Do you imagine when you were growing up, if that would have something like that, if that was available, do you think that would have been something that would have been like earlier than you actually discovered your talents? Do you think that would have helped you back in the day? And is that something that you probably are looking to help people who were like you when you were younger?
Yeah, because not a lot of people have a voice, and they use music to express themselves. They use music to have that voice inside of them to let it out. And you can say things that you would not have said in a conversation with one of your best friends, and you can express yourself through music, through the melodies, through your guitar chords.
I think it sounds like everybody goes through that. I mean, music is therapeutic whether you are conscious of it or not. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just the way it. Yeah.
Right on.
Like you said earlier, drums. That's for sure.
So, how did you decide on guitar? Like you're singing. What made you decide guitar versus piano? Let's say piano.
Well, back in 2012, my sister started to pick up guitar, and I'm just like, that sounds really nice. And she was, practicing to like the max with her amp in her room, and I always had to stay there for like 2 hours and a half and just listening to that go on. And I'm like, it is pretty loud, but I like it. Yeah, like right it's good. And then I'm just like, I asked my mom, and she's like, yeah, you could take a couple of guitar lessons. So I took it, and then, as I said, on my third lesson, they're like, let's take you to get a guitar. I'm just like, it's my third lesson, but okay. And I pick up music very easily. It's interesting, but yeah, like, I dabble in the piano. I don't really know how to play the piano, but the guitar chords, like the C, and then I use the guitar and the piano, kind of different but similar in a way. But I just relate more to the guitar.
Does your sister still play?
No.
No? You stuck with it, but she didn't?
No, yeah. I just have my guitar. She doesn't really play. I'm just like, can I use your amp? She's like, okay, I'm not going to use it. So, yeah.
And, hey, am I correct? The last time, a couple of months ago when I saw you, you told me you had a club, some sort of a club at Santa Monica College?
It's a coffee shop called Unurban Coffee House.
But not the coffee shop, but you started some sort of a musical.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to remind you of your own music club. Huh?
You're doing too much.
So, yeah, at Santa Monica College, I realized that they did not have a music club there. They had an opera club, and that was the only thing. So I'm like, why don't they have a music club to express yourself? Like, to have original music and show your feelings inside your music. So I put I made this club with one of my friends from China, and we connected over Facebook through the Santa Monica Facebook page, and I'm like, he posted like, "Hey, you want to start a club?" I'm like, "Hey, why not?" So we posted some flyers, and we got over 20 plus people, and more people are starting to like wanting to join the club, and we've been having meetings, and we had a gig a couple months ago at the Doubletree Hotel for one of this volunteer social club for SMC, and it was really nice. We sang Imagine and Katy Perry, I Kiss a Girl, which it was his choice for the song. I don't know why he picked that, but it was fun anyways. And the president of Santa Monica College was there, so that was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he came up. He's like, "Good job." I'm like, "Thank you." And yeah.
So how often do you guys meet, like, with this club?
Since we've been having finals, so we haven't had a lot of time to meet, and my friend just went back to China on Wednesday, so we're gonna start up the club again. It's not an official club because there's another club that happened to be official now, and it's like our club but different in a way. So I'm gonna try to start up the actual club in fall and see where it goes, because you, like, as a college kid, you can't express yourself. Like, yeah, they have therapists and they have like grassy fields where you can like sleep, and just like people do yoga at SMC. Like people just go on the grass
It is
and
Santa
like, do
Monica,
their
so-
thing. Yeah.
Yoga capital.
Yeah. And so, like, you can't really express yourself as a college student because there's so many, like, you're worried about your grades and classes and if you're make friends. I'm just like, why not start this music club where you can express yourself? And if you love music, why not do it through music?
So this is your first journey into music therapy in a way,
Yeah.
basically. And you've
Yeah.
already got a lot of interest, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. And so when you said you had a gig, you gig together, or is it like everybody is kind of like a solo artist and they take turns, or how does this work?
For this gig, we did gig together. There was a max of 5 people, but they moved it to 3, so we had to pick and choose who we wanted to go for the gig. So my friend, I'm technically the vice president, my other friend Lita's the president, and then my other friend Kandara, who's a drummer. So we had another one, but then things didn't go how we planned. So, but, you know, it's like if you fall on stage, like, you have to get up no matter what. Like, the show must go on. So, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I think all of us have
Falling on stage.
fallen on stage, figuratively and literally a couple times.
I had someone fall on my drums before, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor drums.
One of the ones when you weren't there, actually, not too long ago, Chris.
Yeah, I heard that story. That's awesome.
But we'll talk about that some other time. Francis?
Oh, does he feel like doing another song?
I don't have it on guitar, but I have it in my head.
Is it a new song?
Yeah, it's a new song.
Up to you.
Yeah.
Well, you can form anything you want. if
Okay,
you want.
so it's like I have the melody. It's not set in stone, but it's a little melody, and it's a song about college.
Okay, cool. So can I ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Before you, so when you mentioned the melody, do you come up with the melody in your mind, or do you play it first, or?
I think of lyrics off the top of my head. It just happens at random moments. Like, I could be sitting in the park and it could be happening. I could be in class and it would be like, oh, there's a song. There's a lyric for a song. And I'm just like, I don't have anything to write with. So, like, luckily I can use my phone and put the notes. The most used app on my phone is the notes. So, yeah, it's the melody. It's really hard to change the melody because I come up with it on the spot so fast and I stick with it once I create that melody. And it's hard to change it if I want to change it to, like, edit it.
So this thing right here is one of those things
Yeah.
that popped into your head and it's stuck there,
Yeah.
and you're gonna show it to us now. Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like a piece of it, a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. You guys down?
Down.
Down.
Go for
Okay, so yeah, this song is about college and how like it's a roller coaster. It's a bumpy ride, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Tongue-tied, turn around inside again. Alright, 1 foot out the door. Don't know what will be in store. Waiting to start the day. Trying to figure out where to go. I'm kinda scared, but I know if I walk with 2 feet in front of me, I'll know where to go. This is supposed to be the greatest adventure I've ever lived. People come and go from so far away. They just need a little stake, bring us to this day. We're gonna party all night, dance in the moonlight, singing songs till the sun goes down. Gonna have time of our life now. We never want it to end. We are on a race now, running, going around in different circles and different places. Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, it still needs to work, but yeah.
Well, we have no songs that ever need any work or anything like that. We just nail them right away.
Good for you.
That's why no one's listening to them.
Yeah, right.
Do you have? Is there any upcoming gig you want to plug?
Yeah.
Really, go for it.
Yeah.
The mic's yours.
Yeah. Hey Mike. So I have an upcoming gig at the Novel Coffee House in Santa Monica on Main Street by Ocean Park Boulevard. And it's like a little coffee shop, but it's like a little pizzeria too. So we're gonna do that, and it's on July 2nd, like 7:30 to 10 or 11. It all depends. But yeah, the person who booked me, she's Hungarian and so am I, so that's really cool. So we had the bond right then and there. And I originally performed at the Unurban Coffee House on Pico in Santa Monica, and she's like, "Hey, you're really good. Like, why not? Do you want to come for like one of my next shows?" So she booked me. So I'm just like, that's really cool, and I think it's a special Little Angels show. And whenever she needs me, she's like, "Hey, Rachel, do you want to come and sing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So, yeah. So she's like, "Hey, you want to sing at this place? I need a musician." So I'm going to be the singer-musician, the only singer-musician, because the rest are comedians. So being like the Lone Ranger, it's going to be fun.
Right on.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you do originals at those gigs?
Yeah, I try. I always want to put originals because, like, when I'm in Santa Monica, I'm at the pier and I hear someone street performing, and then they do a cover and then they do an original. I was there one time. This guy named Matt Westerman was there, and he was singing and he was performing his own song, and I was just hooked. I'm just like, I'm going to be here for about 5 hours because I love it when they share original material. It's just like, yes, the covers are really nice, but when you share who you are through originality, it's beautiful. So I'm just like hooked then and there. But yeah, I'm also going to be street performing too.
Over in Santa Monica?
Yeah, in Santa Monica. I'm going to get my permit this week, I think. And it's just fast. You just have to go and bring a couple pictures, and then it's a 24-hour wait, and then you get it, and then you can go and perform. It's awesome.
You got to have a permit to perform on the street, eh?
Yeah, you have to.
Wow.
And is that anywhere, or is that specifically for like 3rd Street Promenade?
Definitely for 3rd Street Promenade and on the pier.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly in Venice too.
Man, those cats in Venice have got permits.
I don't know, because like if people give you money, like then, and if you don't have a permit, I don't know what you do with the money. You have to give it back to the people who. I have no idea, but with a permit, you can keep the money. It's all yours. You earned it.
Tax free?
Right on.
Yeah, tax free.
How about that?
Yeah, no W-2 on that?
No W-2.
Nice.
So, anyways,
So go on.
I was gonna say, so if people wanted to reach out to you and connect with you and find out what you're doing, how could they do that?
I have Facebook and a YouTube channel. If you type in Rachel Klein, Winds of Time. You'll find that, and that's in the coffee shop, the little video. And then I also have a SoundCloud that's possibly Rachel Klein. Possibly, quite possibly.
Try it anyway. That's Klein.
Klein. You could type it. Oh, okay, yeah. You can type in Rachel Klein, "Bless the Broken Road" by Rascal Flatts, which is a really good song. I love that song. I did a cover of it on SoundCloud, and it got downloaded like 5,000 times. I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Nice.
an amazing song. That's a really good song.
If
I
you
don't know
guys
if I
want to
know
hear
it.
it, it's in my head. I can
Oh
sing
my
it.
God.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would love to hear it. I love that song.
What's the song called?
It's "Bless the Broken Road" by Rascal Flatts.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost, time or two, while my bow kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you, and every long lost dreams led me to where you are, and others that broke my heart. They were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much you know is true, that God bless the broken road. Let me stray to you.
Nice job. I like that little twist on it, little take on
Thank
it.
you. I have there's this one song that I was singing to people, and I have a little hiccup in it. I have a style. I have two styles to my voice, and some people, my voice teacher's saying to her that style, and she's like, "You sound like a 12-year-old girl." I'm like, "Thank you."
I think.
Yeah, thank you. Like, I don't know. You're my voice teacher. It's there's this two styles if you want to hear it. Okay.
Come on, skinny love, let's see.
So that's that. And then
You're not alone, together we stand. I'll stay by your side, you know I'll take your hand. When it gets cold, feels like the end. There's no place to go, you know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding on.
that little hiccup there.
Slide.
It's you.
Yeah, like
It's
I'm
you.
saying, it's me. I can't change it. And they're like, I don't like it. I'm just like, okay, you don't have to like it. But,
Exactly.
I'll
Exactly.
just do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, do us a favor. Keep in touch with us with the
will.
podcast and post. Feel free to post on our Facebook or anything, and keep us apprised of what you're doing when you're
All right.
playing, especially when you get out to the Santa Monica area.
Oh,
you're
I'm
gonna
so
do
excited. I got all my equipment and everything.
Yeah. So, as we always say, our podcast is trying to connect, educate, and promote young musicians, music makers, and music supporters. And I don't think there's any better example right now than Rachel Klein, who is, once again, the Santa Monica's college student. And we want to thank you for coming in and visiting us.
Thank you for
And
having
as,
me on.
Yeah, and as Francis said, keep in touch with us. Encourage your friends to listen, not only to this episode, but all future episodes too. We are Tune Up and Jam. Our email is podcast@tuneupandjam.com. Our website is tuneupandjam.com. We also have Facebook. What do we have? Twitter?
Yeah,
Facebook.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram? Snapchat? No, we don't have Snapchat.
No.
Fax?
No.
Fax.
No.
Post-it notes? Anything like that? No.
We do have Post-it notes.
Okay,
US
we do have
mail.
US snail
You should
mail.
create a
We got
Snapchat.
brand new business cards, yo.
Skype. Yeah, we got business cards. Yeah, we have to give them. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's about it for episode 5 of Tune Up and Jam podcast. Thank you, Rachel Klein.
Thank
Guys,
you.
we are out.